we'll see in 2021.
Yeah. Somebody else is dead with them, Oh no, fuck. Fuck. Honestly.
So when they first said the news that they had passed, it was true. And then they said no. And they just went back and forth several times after.
They play a sick psychological torture game. They're very, very sick people. They're not even. It's not even human what they do. It's like it's medieval or something. Where do we go with it? Okay.
Good morning.
It's not a good morning.
I'm sorry I had the news yesterday, not today. I know.
Okay. Horrific day. Horrific.
I know. I knew that long time ago, but it's just a confirmation now. The only horrific day is we need to wait for those 6 to come on Saturday, and that need to be the end of the gentle treatment.
I think if you could go back in time and think to yourself one moment when you could be alive to get rid of those who wanted to get rid of us, that feeling has come back. That feeling has come back where your thoughts, your feelings of getting rid of every fucking Nazi that ever survived, this has come back.
Yeah.
This has done nothing but make you want to fucking get rid of all of them. I'll tell you, the anger is so.
No, I do believe that if 2 people telling you that you're drunk, you should go to sleep it off, the toxic. And we've been told that we are drunk, and we still did not do nothing with that. So as much as it's said about the Bibas family, unfortunately, I do believe that we're going to be set for much more soldiers. So, what a great people we are. Are we great people?
I'm going back in my head where in the Torah it says that because of the sins will be punished.
Okay, we got punished.
No, but I think it's weird that we're still being punished just for being Jewish, but now we're not being.
No, now we punish because we are stupid.
Yeah.
October 7 happened. A week after October 7, Gaza was supposed to be wiped off.
I didn't know how bad.
I agree, including us.
No, they know where you guys are.
No, including us, Shoki, because without including us, you didn't do anything. It's like what happened in the last year and 4 months. That's the only thing that you can do if you don't want to kill the hostages. What you did until now.
Explain more for me.
Because of the hostages, you didn't go all the places in Gaza.
I don't think that you are right. I think that the only reason that we didn't go is because we listened to Biden.
No. It's the only reason is because Shuki, they were walking even in Musirat, but they didn't walk like they did in the
Right.
port or in Khan Yunis. Okay?
Yeah,
Every place that there is hostages, like in city of Gaza, yeah, or in Musirat camp where we were, there is no big fighting, no big war, because they don't want to hurt us, like happened in Rafah with those six, yeah. So you cannot win a war if you are not going all the places.
So you think they were trying to deflect the area, like not put light on it, so you guys wouldn't get harmed?
Yeah,
Of course, they said so.
they said so.
Shlomi, I can't believe I'm hearing your voice. I can't even believe I'm in reality when I hear your voice. I'm so happy to hear your voice.
I can't believe that I'm here. Like every day I wake up and I say to myself, fucking shit, it will blow this operation and I'm still there.
Every day, I'm not just describing this room, but every time I went to church, I was just like, bring back Shlomi and like BB, everybody else, like all your friends say, we're all praying for you, Lord. And so every time I see the hostage situation, everybody's just like in the hostage situation, like they're dying. I want all the hostages home because as everybody like probably said the same. When you're away, Shlomi, prayed every day, and I still pray every day. It was so sad, Shlomi, you know? I'm sure everybody else was sad with you. But by killing every single Hamas hostages, like, let me just say this, want them all home first. You can deal with them. You've been dealing with them for like 2,000 years. You can deal with them for another 1,000 years. Want them home. The last hostages look like Holocaust survivors. It broke my heart. I want them home. I don't care if there's like 3,000 people released or 4,000 people. You'll get them eventually. I want these people home. And I would have done anything to get you home. I don't care.
Oh, definitely, Jake. But Shuki said that a week after we should have demolished all of Gaza. You cannot do that when you have hostages inside that.
It's like Israel fights a war, but with their heart at the same time.
Just for the memory of these two kids, and I know there are plenty of other kids and all the rest of it, but just if you can take my PDR and just spread it, because honestly, like we need to flood this with these kids.
Oh my gosh, are they confirmed dead?
Yes.
Yes, that's what the room's about.
Oh.
And as much as like we think that we're going in there and trying to teach, like Amir's room, guys, as much as we think like we're going to teach like guys in Amir's room and stuff like that, we're actually feeding them ammo. You know that, right?
No, of course, I get it, 100%. But I'm not interested in going into that room for the next 2 days for these kids. I'm not interested. I want their memories to be remembered. Like in their heads.
I had no idea.
Yeah, well, the news only came out 20 minutes ago.
I'm so sorry. I think about these kids. What? I'm so sorry. I have no idea.
Just if you can, if you want to, just take the PTR and just spread it. Because if everybody has this PTR, it just gets locked in their memories. They'll shut up for 2 days.
They're gonna do. These people are savages, brother.
Let them do it. They'll just be showing what idiots they are.
I agree with you. I agree with you in the godly aspect. They're animalistic. They are gonna use this to say, "Oh, you're crying now, but we got 40,000 dead babies. Now you know what it feels like. You fucking this," and they're gonna flip it on us. We can't understand the way they think because we're not savages like them. But I've seen them do the most horrific things in those rooms and say the most horrific things. They are fucking dogs.
They are dogs. They are dogs. They are worse than dogs.
Even when Shlomi was in there, a lot of people were like, "Oh my God, it's so good to hear you. Good to hear you. It's nice. I can't believe this. Whatever, even for differences." And one or two guys came up towards the end and said, "I hope they catch you again and do what the unthinkable." Do you think anybody shunned them and says, "Wow, can't believe you said that"?
I'm not Jewish. I refuse to believe this until it's confirmed by the idea. I refuse to get sad about
No,
it.
it's
not another
confirmed.
like.
They wouldn't have posted it everywhere. It's confirmed.
No, fuck.
But I honestly think the way you're thinking, it's a warfare tactic.
No.
When they do release, they're gonna tangle them. But I don't know. I think I'm blinded.
Baby, I refuse to believe this is psychological warfare. I believe these kids are alive.
You can't control the environment.
I refuse to believe this. I don't care until I get official confirmation from the Israeli army. I refuse to get upset and I refuse to cry.
Victory is
Fuck
now.
this. No.
I think this is real news, and I think they just used it to mess with us this whole time. I hope you're right.
Fuck no, I refuse to believe this. No, the kids are alive. The kids are gonna come home. And I refuse them to break our spirits, to break the Israeli people's spirits. Fuck no, they're alive. They're gonna come home. Fuck this news. I refuse to accept it. I'm sorry, but I'm going contrarily. No, fuck this. No way.
But Chick, I want to share in your positivity, I really do, but I'm afraid to say, with animals like this, there's sadly, this is the reality.
No, I refuse to believe this. This is like mental warfare against you. No, these kids are alive because they know if these kids are not alive, they passion my government, the fucking new Gaza. I don't give a fuck. These kids have to be alive. Sophia Bibas has to be alive. The babies have to be alive. The Muslims have to be alive. They know if they kill these babies, there's no reason for them to exist in the Gaza Strip. This is psychological
1,500
warfare.
people, brother. They've killed babies. They put straight ovens already. They've already done that. You know what I mean? They did like horrific stuff.
Baby, I don't believe this. This is psychological warfare.
And if you don't believe it, think that it's not true, I think that look, people knew about that long time ago, and now it's just confirmed. If we're going to keep saying no, that's not going to change the picture, unfortunately.
Yeah, they would have returned them with all the kids and everyone else. They said 9 months. It happened when they first reported it, right?
Yeah.
It's upsetting. This can't be true, honestly.
I wish it wasn't. I've been praying for months. I wish it wasn't.
We wish it wasn't, but yeah, everybody go to the top of the room, and please join the room. Wednesday, your wickedness is not wanted in here, you fucking piece of shit. This is a prime example. Watch, right here.
First of all, how did we get to this point? What everything that led up to this being kind of an idea where you can just be okay with children, which really should not be involved with this, even if it's just identifying as something. It's a very bizarre concept for a lot of people to say, hey, yeah, my kid is just he's trans. He's trans. It's like he's 7 though, right? It's like, well, yeah, but he's it's like, no, it's dude, it's not a good thing. And that's the best case scenario. I think in most cases it's actually we're actually basically playing into someone's mental issue, like a legit, if they're legit.
That's fine. That's fair enough.
Being a woman,
Listen, on this earth, I don't expect everyone to like me. I'm okay with that.
the hateness you
I'm
have
okay with that.
is
I'm okay with that.
I know, and
I'm okay with that.
that's the problem, that you're okay with that.
But I don't understand the
One
lie.
day I hope we have
lie about my.
They're a
You gotta talk
product.
about
They're a
lie
product
about
of
my.
the shit. They're a
The
product
amount of
of you. And you
standards.
can feel
I
the
mean, you
break.
can consume the
Exactly.
standards.
If you can sue me all the fuck you want, bitch. You're a
Why
fucking
are you
scumbag.
doing? Calm
You're a
down.
piece of
Calm
shit.
down, sir.
You're a
What?
piece of shit.
Why are you giving a boy a compliment? Why are you insulting the shit?
You're right.
Now I'm the shit.
No, you're worse than the shit. For you to be a shit, it's an upgrade.
I'll be going to Brooklyn right now. Crown
Alamak, kuseme makwake, kahba bitakamba.
You won't do nothing there. You're all talk, you fucking dog.
She left or somebody kicked her. What did she say she was going to do in Brooklyn?
I didn't
She's
kick
like she's going to Crown Heights.
To do what?
Who knows?
Oh,
Please, everybody, please, if you can, spread my video up, spread it, get these kids' faces out there. Just use it for their memories, just for their memories. Please, just do it, just for a day or two, it doesn't matter, just do it.
Wait, what happened? Is there like new news on them?
Yeah, they said they're gonna get their bodies on Thursday.
The Bibas kids?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No. Wait, when did you hear that?
Just now, it's on like everybody's social media.
What about the mother?
How Monsters announced.
Her too. And they'll obviously be claiming that they were killed in an Israeli airstrike.
No way. So they're the three out of the four?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
We need to learn our lesson. We need to learn our lesson. And the lesson is that we can't negotiate with these fucking bastards.
Show me.
Hold on, where are you seeing it? Because I'm trying to look, I can't see it. Not that I don't believe you, I
Just
just...
above you, read the article.
Check the link above.
Oh shit, sorry.
But it's on all the news channels, Nikki. It's all the news channels.
Are you fucking kidding me?
I didn't hear what that person. It didn't sound like the conversation was going too positive a few minutes ago. King, I don't know if it's them or not.
That is not a person, T-Time.
No, but if they were threatening to do something in Crown Heights, I would have liked to hear so that I could report it. You know, because you have to be careful with cycles like that. We already had one on here, right?
We have them on here every day, T.
Yeah, but we had one that got arrested because she attacked us last week.
Yeah, but you see, it's the waiting, especially in that state, is until they don't see live evidence, there is nothing that gets done. Especially in this state that we're talking about.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter if you're going to report because nobody can give a flying F about that.
I don't know, maybe a death threat's taken a little... I didn't hear what it said.
In the name of a free speech, everything is allowed.
Yeah.
This is New York.
Who was the... do you know... Somebody from... Who was the... What was the profile name? I came at the end, B. Do you know who it is?
Wednesday.
Oh, that bitch is always in Amir's room. She's a fucking disgusting excuse of flesh. Like, disgusting waste of flesh.
Yeah, I don't follow her, so I don't see her profile. Did B put it? No.
Put Wednesday.
Oh, I got it. Thank you.
She's with a black cat.
father just called me.
Oh,
Was popping G. But yeah, I know. That's essentially what it is, and then yeah, when I would hear like for example, like that guy Rody, he tells me, yeah, I don't even believe in morality, and then he goes and proceeds to give me his moral positions on things, and I'm like, okay, so like there is some metric that you're using, there is some standards by which you're evaluating certain things. By me saying I like to kill this person, you're saying that would be bad. So then that means that you have some sort of like value proposition towards something as opposed to nothing, right? And then these are just like the things that people, these are their positions.
I used to sit in Rody's rooms all the time, listening, like before, all this like war stuff happened. When he mostly would talk about like philosophy and shit.
Yeah.
He's a very intelligent dude.
I like objectivism because it's pretty simple in terms of like understanding the concepts and like the practical applications that you can do for your life. I mean, it's pretty simple.
Yeah, I mean, it's also more coherent by comparison because relativist position is self-defeating. I mean, it doesn't even get off the ground because the very first type of statement that they make is
ironic that you are an atheist. The more you lean into Toryism, for sure, the more you're sure ethics and morals
is a moral realist statement.
Discussed over
I think
and over.
The best example of it, actually, if you guys want to see, it's we talked about this, Simon. It's a debate between Russell and Hicks. Theodorus, I think, Russell and Stephen Hicks, where Russell makes this point. He says everything is relative. My position is just, it's nicer, it's kinder, it's cooler. So you should, come to my side. And it's like, okay, so you're pretending basically that you're moral non-realist when in reality you just using it as a whacking stick for everybody else, but your own position somehow magically turns into fundamentally better.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch this. It's do free societies need postmodernism?
Yes, that's the one.
Obviously,
That's the one.
Yeah, I'll watch this after.
It's really good, I think, because I mean they both are very well versed in this subject, and Russell is taking an insider basically position. He's doing like internal representation, and Hicks he's doing external analysis and critique.
Yeah, Hicks is very good. Well, like he's very well versed on postmodernism. Like he has very good takes on it.
It's funny. Back in my days of atheism plus kind of crowd, there were a couple of people who were trying to discredit him in terms of his analysis of postmodernism, and like at the time I was like, well, maybe they have a point. It sounds like they're completely like owning the guy and stuff. And I went back and kind of read some of the stuff that they wrote and listened to what like the type of critique, and it's so sophomoric. It's like it's obviously done by people who have a horse in the race, who are definitely are waving their little flags for a specific team, and they just looking for like sophistry basically to discredit his position. Mayor is here too. So how did you guys like the monarchist, like the full out monarchist?
Oh, the Christo fascist.
Yes.
That guy. I'm not even joking. I was actually like my hands were like twitching. I was just like, and especially like here, because see that like that's exactly what I mean when I say like people on the right It's like this is a guy who's saying he loves America, okay? But everything he's saying will absolutely obliterate. I know, but that's my point. With leftists,
saying he loves America.
yeah, he did. Multiple times.
He just said it, but he started off by telling us that he wants to fundamentally change the Constitution of the law document.
But that's my point, right? I'm saying leftists, that's that explicitly they say, I hate America. I want to fundamentally change it. If you vote for me, this is what we're gonna do. Fine, great. I fucking hate you for saying all that complete nonsense. But that's what you explicitly. This guy is saying, I love America, but I want to completely eradicate everything that makes it fantastic. That's what I fucking hate about these retards.
But Simon, this is to be fair. On the left, we witnessed in real time Christo-fascists kind of laying out his views. But from the American, from within American society. So left, it's very rare that you find people who are honest enough and probably some sort of tanky or Trotskyite or, hardcore, I don't know, Fabian, who will actually say things out loud like that. Most of them will say exactly the same shit. They'll say, I love America. It's just we need to reshape it, in accordance to progressive perspective into something to fit the times. And I'm the guy to do it. Let's go.
Yeah, but I think it's pretty, it's implied at this point that liberals and leftists, well, maybe not the average liberal, but
not liberals, leftists.
Leftists, yeah, but that, no, I'm saying, I mean progressive. Sorry, I mean progressive. But that's what I'm saying. If you're in that train, fine. This is it's kind of implied at this point, unless you're really just ignorant to what these people fundamentally want, and you don't understand what America is. Fine, okay, yes. But if you do understand what America is, and then you have these people who are saying, yeah, I love America, but I'm also this religious guy that loves Jesus, and if Disney is saying stuff against Jesus, well, we just have to take Disney over. But I hate socialism. I hate it. Hate socialism, hate communism.
That's not what he was saying. He was saying is that America is flawed. He's talking exactly left. He said it's a flawed document. Well, first he said the Constitution is meaningless. It's just a piece of paper. Then he said it's a flawed document, and we don't need it, and we shouldn't be having so many freedoms, and we should take over Disney if Disney, steps out of line. Because he kept saying right wing, and I don't think the guy knows what right wing is.
Well, he's in the conservative caucus. He said he's basically on the same. He's basically on the same thing as Marshall, which is crazier.
What makes Marshall? Marshall is an extreme liberal. Marshall is a 1990s Democrat who votes Republican.
That's right.
He's not they're not on the same team. And this guy doesn't understand politics at all or what he's voting for. I told him, you believe the lies of the left and you like it, which is really funny. He believes that Trump.
Recently, and they've made her such a woke, feminist scold, and
she was always the feminist, but in style.
Exactly.
Right?
Lisa,
she wasn't modern woke.
There's a speech that young Lisa gives to her Aunt Patty, where she's Aunt Patty's making fun of Homer, and she's like, your father's a piece of shit, whatever. And Lisa's like, well, he's my only. He's my only model for men, and it's gonna affect the way that I look at him. It's gonna affect the way I date, and blah blah blah. And so I appreciate you didn't say this shit about my father and whatever. And she's sticking up for Homer, and it's a very sweet moment and everything. But she's still being a feminist, but it's not this new woke version.
What do you want me to say? What is the topic supposed to be?
like normally when people argue on this app, it's because the room has a topic and there's a conversation and people disagree over the course of that conversation. And he was just kind of like, say a fact and I'll show that you're an idiot. I don't know. That was weird. And I was trying to cook at the same time, and I suck at multitasking.
Did it turn out okay?
Yeah. It's just stir-fried tofu.
I love stir fry.
Yeah, we're Jewish. We're supposed to love Chinese food.
I know. What is that? What's that correlation?
My husband, he wasn't allowed to eat it growing up because his parents were convinced that there were like weird animals in it.
No, but does anybody know why we love Chinese food?
Yeah, I know
I
it's
think
tasty.
the
That's
answer
all
is
that's open on New Year's Eve, on Christmas Eve.
yeah. It's also a Freudian explanation.
Except I actually do Christmas Eve dinner and follow the Italian tradition of not eating meat.
The other thing is,
Fish.
on Sundays, that was the only restaurant that was open. Like back in the olden days, like they would be open on Christmas, all the other holidays. But like growing up in New York, that was like Sunday you would go for Chinese food. That was the other thing. That was the big thing.
BB, do you remember Sea High? BB.
Yeah.
At Bathurst and Wilson.
Yeah.
My mom's aunt, my great aunt, she like lived right across the street from there. All three of them.
You know, I went to the movies on Christmas with my friend, and afterwards we were going to go to this Chinese restaurant around the corner. And they asked if we had a reservation, and I said no, and the place was packed, and they said no, we're booked all evening. And there's no way that like there are that many Jews in that area, that sold out that restaurant. So I kind of felt like cultural appropriation had been committed by the Christians going out on Christmas for dinner instead of staying home and eating, whatever they eat, like leftover ham. They go out and they go to our spot on our day. I mean,
On our day, is that what you just said?
I read
Yes.
a story of someone who was on the
Christmas, for God's
train.
sake.
They were on the train. They overheard a mother tell their kids, "You better behave right now, or else we're eating Chinese food like Jews on Christmas." They said that to their kid, like as a threat, and I wasn't sure if that was anti-Semitic.
Well, it's like
That's a slur.
bad parenting.
But I think also that there are more people that are, atheists that are not even celebrating Christmas. So that's probably what's happening. Yeah.
Nair, we were just talking about your brother. Oh God, don't. He's gonna come into his almost voice, and then I'm gonna put him in timeout, and that's not fair because he's cute. Don't do that to him.
He does the best almost.
No.
Did you ever hear him talk to Amos in Amos's voice?
Yeah.
That's funny. That's when he was talking. That's really funny.
Unless you're looking at the screen, you don't know
You
who
don't
the
know.
fuck is who.
No.
That's like really scary how good he can do Amos though. Like that's really fucking scary. Like Amos can't do Amos as good as Nair sometimes.
No, he thinks it's broken. He thinks Clubhouse is broken. It's just playing him back. Yeah.
Serious.
Yeah, that's what Amos thinks. It's like,
He got
like
me.
echo.
Big time. He got me.
Okay, Nair, come on up.
I went into the room.
He said he's at work
Oh,
in the
okay.
chat.
Oh, I didn't see that. Sorry.
It was Nair's Amos. I didn't know there was Amos on there. I didn't know if I could do that.
No, it's funny though.
I sent you the picture of the guy and his mom.
What? Who? Me?
Yeah.
On messages. Hold on.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks. Oh, that's a good picture to have because now I'll post it and be like,
Look at the shirt. Look at how the mom's on the shirt.
that's oh god.
Check my PTR. That's him.
Hold on.
This picture is so funny. Like it's like the same face on the three of them. It's like the same face 3 times.
Yeah, but they say boys look like their mothers. Boys look like their mothers and girls look like their fathers.
Resistance.
Wait, which one? Hold on. Which one is the distance though?
I think it's the one in the t-shirt.
Check it now.
Okay, but which one is
He's the
resistance?
one on the left. Check it now.
Why are
He's
you
the one on the right.
There are at least 6 chins in that photo.
Oh god.
That's resistance?
He looks like he needs a banana in his mouth.
Looks like he's
It looks like he needs a dick in his mouth the way he talks about dick all the time.
You should spend some time in Gaza and experience it now.
Going to Gaza, he'd actually gain like 20 more pounds.
Check my picture now. My PTR. That's Sheikh Shabuki.
Hi, Cheek. That's Shabuki?
Yeah.
Shabuki is a Catholic, Somali, Nigerian Catholic.
Yeah.
Whatever the fuck his name is. He calls himself Sheikh. He's such an asshole. He's like a disgrace to the Catholic faith. He says his mother is Somali and his father is Nigerian, or his father is Palestinian. Nobody even knows. But he claims he's Catholic. I just don't know who is his brother.
Do you think Soren's profile picture is actually Soren?
No, Soren is the one in Western Sydney. Soren is a fat cat from Lebanon from like the 1980s.
If people fell for it thinking that his name's Pura Koshkesh means bitch, that definitely would not be his last name.
No, Soren. He's from Western Sydney. He's like from the 80s. He's like a fat cat from Western Sydney. We know who he is. Don't worry about Soren. Shabuki is another one that claims he's Nigerian Catholic.
He's a Nora
He's not
catfish.
really Catholic because his mother's Somalian, his father's Nigerian, and his father's Nigerian. Nobody even knows these people. But then we have his pictures. We hate these assholes.
And Shabuki works for a city, he works for the U.S. Bank as a quantitative data analyst.
Exactly. Shabuki, the Nigerian type that calls himself that hates Jews 24/7. He calls himself Sheikh now because his mother is Somali. That's why.
Oh, that explains why he said I was a multimillionaire when I only have $46,000 in my bank account.
Exactly. His mother's Somali and his father's Nigerian. And
He's about to be fucking unemployed is what he's about to be.
Such an asshole. Doesn't even matter, honestly.
So, Simon, when you say there's different moral philosophies, what moral philosophies are you talking about?
Well, like there's utilitarianism, there's relativism, like there's different philosophies for different types of.
I know, but relativism is inherent in philosophy, psychology, religion. So, I mean, those are like technical terms. You think it's method?
Its own method of thinking. Well, yeah, I mean, I'm gonna act this way for X outcome because of however you want to evaluate it, and it's the same thing with utilitarianism and relativism. And then it goes.
But why is utilitarianism or utilitarianism? I mean, which is essentially the common good versus relativity. Like, in terms of moral philosophies, I mean, the critique of me is saying that if you're an atheist, like you really don't think there's a creator or a maker. I mean, are you not reading? Because like it's in the books with regards to morals, I mean, and ethics nonstop. It's in all the books.
Well, I'm not saying it's not an ethics. I'm saying how you evaluate certain circumstances. There's different methods. So, for example, a utilitarian is going to say, "Hey, I'm gonna evaluate what's good based off of the greatest, the greatest good for the greatest number of people." Or you're going to have a relativist who's going to say, "I'm going to base the good off whatever society deems is good," right? And then I'm gonna base what's good off of the Quran. I'm gonna base what's good off what Jesus tells me. There's different ways of evaluating based off different standards.
Suppose? Are you trying to finish a sentence?
No, I'm saying to my dog in French, like to drop something. Booze. No.
I mean, in terms of relativity, like everything is relative. I mean, your moral landscape, your moral index changes relative to the environment based off of, your desire to survive, meaning how brutal are you willing to get in order to maintain survival? Survival being the ultimate goal. I mean, you don't win anything if you get wiped off the landscape.
Again, these are just different moral theories. Again, I'm just stating that there's different moral philosophies, just different ways of there's different standards for evaluating what is good. That's it. That was my whole thing.
Yeah, different standards for evaluating what is good. I mean, that's like, I'm just saying that I find it ironic that you're an atheist because, if I pick up 100 books on religion, spirituality, God, of varying religious or philosophical doctrines, whether it's Hinduism, Buddhism, Taoism, Christianity, Judaism, Islam, whatever, it becomes a manual on ethics and morals and how to live your life. And I mean, that's truly what's in all these books. It always comes down to the ethics and morals. So how can you say you're an atheist?
All of those books have different moral standards.
No, it's pretty standard. Be good. That's it.
What does that good look like? That's
well, I know it's an index. It's a bell-shaped curve, but it's still. I'm just saying. I find it ironic that you think you're an atheist when, if you're an atheist, you're basically. I mean, it's like I don't know. It's just being. No, it's just like being a bad sandwich. Like, you're not a delicious sandwich. You choose to essentially be a less than exciting sandwich. That's my opinion or critique.
Well, I don't know what you're critiquing exactly. I'm not disagreeing with you that different religions have different moral theories.
It's not. They don't. I'm not saying they have different moral theories. They have one moral theory, which is be good. That's what's in all the world's religions. It's better to be good than it is to be bad.
Good. Okay. So when you hear Diego saying what he thinks is good is Jews being killed, for example. I'm not saying that's what he says, but that's what he said. To him, he's saying that's good because that's going to further the Palestinian cause. So is he also right? Can two things be good when you're saying Jews dying is bad and he's saying Jews dying is good? Are they both right?
No, of course not. He's wrong.
Okay. So he's saying he's wrong. But how could you say that if he's coming from a place of that's good? Who's right?
I understand the perspective. I understand relativity. I understand relativity in terms of perspective, but I just go based off of what people say, meaning they are their words. Therefore, if you say terrible things, you have no ethics or morals. You're a terrible person.
Yeah, but now you're putting it in perspective of what I'm saying. I'm saying based off a standard that I have, that I'm evaluating, that person's standard is wrong. But what you're saying is, well, we're both right, but I'm more right. Like, that makes no sense. I'm saying
no.
Like, when I say
I'm just saying. I'm just saying that if the words are positive or negative, I just weigh the words. If what people say is negative, then they're wrong. If what they're saying is positive, joyful, and positive, then they're right.
But based off of what exactly?
That's what I'm asking.
Based off of a general consensus of the words or the feelings of the words. If it's a positive vibration, then it's a good thing. If it's a negative vibration, it's a bad thing.
Okay, well, I mean, I don't even know what that would fall
Vibration just being the tone, the words themselves. If people are using negative speech, then generally it shows a lack of intelligence, wisdom, or understanding.
So what's negative speech?
Negative speech would be saying what you just said that Diego says. That would be negative speech.
Okay, so what if I say that the kids dying in Gaza is not a problem?
That would be negative. That would be negative speech.
Okay, so what the Jews are doing is bad.
What the Jews are doing is bad. I mean, then.
Sorry, let me not say Jews. So what the IDF is doing is bad because they're killing kids.
Well, I mean, then you can get into the techniques and say, well, I mean, they're not actually killing children discriminately. They're indiscriminate. I mean, or indiscriminate. I mean, it's collateral damage. I mean, I'm just saying that I'm just critiquing you. Exactly, I'm judging the words. I'm judging the man by the words.
Right, and I'm saying judging words means absolutely nothing without context and without a standard. I just said, killing kids is bad, and you said, well, no, that's a negative vibration. Okay, so by that standard.
No, I meant that would be bad if you said it was good. Sorry, I incorrectly labeled that one. I'm just critiquing you. I'm just laughing at you, not, in a mean way. I'm just laughing because if anybody who says they're an atheist, it's just you read the books and you're like, okay, this is just a discourse on being good. This is all about ethics, morals, virtues.
I'm not saying that those books don't say that. My point is that the standards to which these books let people evaluate, okay, by my standard, is incorrect. That's why I think Christianity is a garbage religion. I think it's a cancer for the West, just as much as I think Islam is a cancer, and I think it's a cancer for the West.
I know, but where does that leave you then? Like, what is it that you think your purpose is on, in your life? Like, what is your destiny, or what are your intentions in life? What are your desires in life?
Well, I mean, for me, that's my own personal quest. I'm just saying, if we're having a discussion about morality, I'll tell you my opinions on what I think about these different moral theories, because I think the standards that Islam has are completely incompatible with the standards of what the West has. So I mean,
but the Western standard is Christianity.
No, it's not. That's what people get wrong. It's Greek values. It's reason above all else. And reason doesn't lead you to Christianity. Christianity is anti-reason.
Really?
There were no discoveries for
according to your standard. I mean, see, you, Simon, you use terms in like a tertiary way, and it becomes technical grammar, and it's a lot. You make it so much more meaningless because it's really just good versus bad, beautiful versus ugly, which is really just binomial thinking or binary thinking in terms of pairing opposites. So, I mean, you're like saying nothing. That's why I say you're like a bad sandwich. I mean, you need to put some salt in your stew.
No offense, but you haven't told me anything. I just said.
I know, but my critique is you don't say anything either.
No, I've told you exactly what I said. I said that I'm criticizing different moral theories. You just keep coming back.
You keep referring to moral theorems. I mean, and your only two moral theorems are common good or utilitarianism versus relativity. I mean, those aren't even moral theories. I mean, maybe utilitarianism.
No, I mean, again, there's the religious theories. You have Islam, Christianity, Judaism. You have the Kantian duty ethics. You have objectivist ethics. You have utilitarianism. You have a lot of different theories. I'm just telling you, based off of whatever this girl said or this person BU mentioned, I said
there is different moral theories. That's it. Now you're saying all moral theories have one commonality, and it's that you should just be good. And I'm saying, well, that means absolutely nothing.
No, that's the reductionism. That's the compression.
No, that's not reductionist.
It is. It's compression.
To reduce it, it's not. It's like if I asked 100 different people, hey, what does freedom look like? We all want it.
Okay, well then tell me a law.
Communist versus a capitalist. What does freedom look like to you? I'm gonna get two vastly different answers, and I'm gonna say, well, why does your freedom look so different to mine? And it's the exact same thing if I ask a Muslim versus an objectivist, and a person who's Muslim is going to say, this is the good to me. The good to me is following the words of Allah.
I get it, Simon. I'm still critiquing you as just being boring because you don't put enough information inside of you. Therefore, you're like a person that just uses words to talk about words. And that's what you get in a lot of these other rooms where people just have arguments over technical grammar, eschatology, ontology. These words are meaningless. It's like talking about an apple but never eating an apple.
Well, I mean, you have to define concepts properly, and then you can actually move forward. That's why I'm saying, for example, if we're talking about freedom, like you have to properly define freedom and be able to. I mean, this is basic.
Properly define freedom. I mean, you can't just use the word liberty, and end it there.
Well, liberty is like freedom from the government.
Oh, you think that's all that liberty means?
Well, I mean,
that's because you're an atheist. You see no divinity even in the words. I mean, that's why I say you're like a stew that needs salt.
I'm a stew that needs salt. I love that.
I'm just telling you, like, life is words, and I don't have anything against you personally. I just think you need more salt in your stew.
For sure. I mean, listen, I'm all for salt.
I don't know. Less is more. I do believe in compression, and essentially, I think the now, philosophically, which is truly all there is, and it's just a compression of the future and the past. There is no past. There is no future. Those are concepts. You can't hear the past. You can't hear the future now. Right now, you're plugged into this stupid Clownhouse app, communicating, with a bee. But the point is you use so many words where it's like you're decompressing as opposed to compressing now.
Yeah.
Look at Diego down there. He's just listening in the gallery, in the goo. And he is compressing what we're saying now. And he's like, yeah, you know what? He's right. There is only this thing called the now, and the now is all important.
Is this actually Diego? Why don't you think life is about words?
The irony is that he thinks life's about words, but he doesn't believe in the logos. Jesus Christ.
I didn't say. Are you talking to me or are you talking to Simon?
I'm talking to you, John.
What do you mean I don't believe in Jesus Christ and the Logos? I never said I didn't believe in that. I'm a baptized Christian.
Do you declare Jesus Christ to be your Lord and Savior?
Yeah, 100%. He's the King of Kings, Lord of Lords.
Hey, we've made progress then.
No, you didn't make progress. I made progress years ago without you.
Put those tarot cards down, and let me see you inside a Catholic church.
If you studied the tarot cards, you would know that Christ is depicted in the tarot cards. I mean, there's wisdom there. It's called pictures. Have you heard of a book? Sometimes they use symbols and hieroglyphics or images to translate, knowledge and understanding, comprehension. When was the last time you read a book?
I read books every day.
Really? What?
My library puts yours to shame.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
I doubt that.
Believe me, man.
No, believe me, I don't fly girls out to New York City to get catfishes. I get catfished locally, you fucking dunce.
Oh, my goodness. They're never going to let it go.
Well, what you say on this app is in the ether.
This morning, Diego,
Oh my God, Princessia is here! Your queen has arrived!
Oh, is she actually in the room? There you go.
She's here to let the show begin!
That was some kind of troll.
No, that was her!
Oh my god.
She popped in real quick.
Diego, you have the scarlet letter now.
Oh, you're the Scarlet Letter!
If she's smart, she's not gonna come back for the hour.
That was her!
Yeah, no kidding, bro. No.
Dude, that wasn't a troll. That was actually. Oh, you think. Oh, okay. I see. That was probably the guy who's doing the fake T-Rob's profile.
The T-Robs.
I had that person blocked, so.
That person is next level strange. Like, the fact that you don't say anything, like, you know, I don't like T-Robs, but, like, I wouldn't not have a beer with him. Like, I don't have anything against him that much. The point is, like, if somebody's going to spend their time, you know, going that hard against T-Robs, like, becomes, like, their problem.
If I pay for half of your ticket, will you go to Northern Ireland and have dinner with him?
Have what?
Dinner with him.
No, fuck no.
I thought you just said you wouldn't not have dinner.
I mean, if I see him at a bar and I randomly run into him, you know, in La Jolla, I'd be like, yeah, dude, like, let's get a beer. I mean, you know, it's not like we're going to blossom some amazing friendship. I mean, it's just the point, you know, that, like, you spend so much time talking to somebody on Clown House. Like, how could you not have a beer with somebody?
You want to have a beer with me?
Dude, you were with your family. I was with my family, and we're going separate ways at a gas station. Like, there's no bar in the immediate area.
Hey, let's meet at a bar tonight. Let's go have a beer tonight.
Well, either way, I got laid. I might have a kid in the hills of La Jolla with some hot fucking Persian chick.
Did you really get laid?
I did, yeah. It was the craziest thing. She had this multi-million-dollar house overlooking the bay, and she brings me into her house, and she says, we may need to reschedule this date. I'm like, okay, well, I'm here right now. And then, you know, it just broke out into lustful passion, and I left my seed in the hills of La Jolla.
Where was your sister during that?
I Ubered up to this chick's house. Look at Princessia's PTR. Diego! Oh no, Diego. Diego.
Mexican accents.
Huh?
Like, do they talk like this?
Yeah, I was doing that to Issa yesterday, and she got really pissed. It was so funny.
Wait, hold on. What the fuck? Mary, you fucked up.
What did I do?
You didn't let Isa up when you were there.
I don't think she. Well, I wasn't looking for the whole time, but I don't think she came in the room when I was here. The worst. That attempted assassination on a Palestinian. Those guys were from Israel. That's where you really fucked up.
Isn't that crazy? What was that guy thinking? What was Mordecai thinking? Seriously, like there was. I don't even think they said there was an altercation. He just started shooting, like, you know, randomly. I mean, he must have been having a serious mental health breakdown, kind of like Nora.
It's a pervasive thing, dude.
The people.
The mental health problems in Israel are huge.
Yeah, I agree.
There's records of that. It's all about mental health problems.
I mean, I also have mental health issues. If I knew for like 80 years, there's a group of people living like 3 kilometers away from me that want to fucking murder me.
Yeah, you took them because you took their houses. I know it's crazy.
No, it's not that. It's
Did I
genetic.
take their houses?
No, you did take their houses.
Oh yeah, I didn't see. This is where you and I just, you know, property rights. I mean, this is the whole contention between like libertarians and
Objectivists.
Objectivists. This is the
There's
like,
also a difference between historians and alternative history.
no, but the thing is like my position is like I can stay consistent by saying like America like is justified in taking lands from the natives. I don't know if Diego would have that same sentiment.
Taking the land from the natives.
Yeah.
Conquering America.
What land did the natives have?
That's my point. This is the whole stolen land argument, right?
Did they have any permanent structures?
Yeah, they had. Some of them had sedentary.
Why does that care? If I have a farm, I don't support the structure.
No, because.
Stupid.
Well,
Good more.
well, there were some.
Right?
Yeah, there were. Yeah, well, there.
So we're not. It's completely irrelevant. If society chooses to be nomadic, that doesn't change anything. If I have a farm,
I just want to call out again the Brincesia profile in the audience there.
That owns a farm.
You've never met a Jew.
I think I have.
Probably not. Diego, I have a question for you. You respect Randy's knowledge, but you look at it as someone who actually knows something.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. See, Randy, I realize this game because he's a very ignorant person, and he knows it. So he hangs out with complete idiots. Like, you're the smartest of his idiots, but like, you love it, and then he convinces you guys that he actually knows something.
Well, that's what happens when you repeat yourself like a talking parrot for years on this app.
He knows absolutely nothing. He always wants to debate, but he knows nothing about the topic. He can't even have a conversation. He wants to debate.
I mean, he did get schooled by Jay Dyer. I don't know if you saw that video where he called it.
No, get out. He debated Jay Dyer.
He tried to ask Jay Dyer a question, and Jay Dyer politely called him an absolute complete idiot. But he didn't even get to
Where was this?
On the show.
What was you doing?
Yeah.
It's not. He didn't clip it.
I have the clips on there.
How long ago was this?
I didn't know you liked Jay Dyer, so.
Well, he had a debate with Yaron Brook, and he destroyed Yaron.
Did you destroy Yaron?
Yeah, I mean, Yaron Brook is not great on if you're not talking about capitalism or like political philosophy, he's not that great because they were talking about metaphysics. Yeah, they were talking about like metaphysics and stuff. He's not great on that. Yeah, Jay Dyer.
Simon, I got a question for you. How do you respond to the statement "There's not a speck of dust out of place in the whole universe," or that the universe is already in absolute perfect, equilibrium?
Well, based off what?
Not based off of anything, meaning that the situation now is already in perfect harmony, even though you may not view it as being
you're saying
perfect
harmony
harmony.
Based off of what? What would be not like harmonious?
It's a theory. It's the belief that the universe and everything in it is. I agree. It's just words.
I know. It's just words. That's what I'm saying. Like, what would it mean to be out of harmony? What would that look like?
Emotional turbulence, being very upset about something. No, that would be the indicator that if you don't have the belief or faith or knowledge of universal equilibrium, you're generally in a state of emotional fluctuation. Not you per se, I'm just saying people in general. If you have the knowledge of perfect equilibrium, you're not generally, having emotions high or low. You're in a state of balance.
You can't be in a state of balance. That's antithetical to being a human.
Well, that's because you're a fucking praxeologist and a self-taught economist, you fucking schmuck. Apparently you've never heard of Stoic philosophy.
I've heard of Stoic philosophy, but they're trying to fight reality.
I agree. And fighting reality is fighting the equilibration or balance that already exists.
That's what Israel does. Wrestles with God.
Yeah, exactly.
That's right.
But that's like wrestling with yourself, meaning, why am I so upset right now? Why am I so sad right now? Why am I so ecstatic? I mean, that's the thing, is you are Israel. You're wrestling with yourself for balance, to to get the wrestling pose.
I have a question. If man was meant to struggle with balance, why did God grant him a sense of balance?
Well, why did God create balance in the universe?
I didn't say that he did, but you definitely have a sense of balance.
There's no sense of balance for Israelis. It's never enough. Rumble is not enough. They're going to
If that were true, it would be very difficult for them to march so effectively through Gaza. And yet, they continue to maintain their balance.
Are you going to be excited when the war resumes because you'll have what they'll spout about? You do know the definition of the word ceasefire, and you do know
So, example, when Nora was in the lobby, exhibiting an unbalanced attitude and displaying behavior which might not be considered balanced, do you think she was one with God in that moment?
she's a Catholic Muslim, which is very imbalanced. She's also a descendant of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob.
She is the true descendant of Ishmael. Did you see the motion of dismissal? Diego, do you think you programmed her at all with, communication, and what she was uttering in the lobby was a regurgitation of your programming? You didn't MK Ultra that girl with dopamine and love for a year?
No, I find it very suspect. All of a sudden, Lisa is saying that she got threatened the day before, and all of a sudden, the next day that happens. What a coincidence.
Fix is in.
I love. What's the basis for you to even make that claim?
What do you mean? She said it.
She said
She said
what?
it. I mean, it wasn't even a claim. He just said a bunch of random things. You said she got threatened.
Yeah, she did get threatened. What?
On the 6th, showed you the screenshots. And now connect that. And then on the 6th, this happened. And I'm just saying, what are
You could say a lot of things. So if this would have happened on like December 24th, and then I'm claiming Santa Claus, what does that prove exactly? You're just saying
I'm
words.
just saying, are you familiar with the Dave Chappelle joke on SNL about the coincidences? No. Before we get the jokes, make a connection here. Let's try. Just try. Maybe that one. Okay. Here's the connection. As we know, our dear beloved Issa has vindictive tendencies. She feels like she's been slighted. There's no stopping her scorn.
Okay. All right. Fine.
Okay. So what's the yes or no? So what do you think Issa did? She like poisoned her. He made her have.
Maybe the end of the story. Let him tell us funny stuff.
I'm just wondering if maybe she put on an APD or something.
Right. All right. And all points bulletin. Very nice. Okay. How'd she do that?
He's got private Telegram groups with you guys.
Okay. So she got private Telegram.
Also, we were
Fake internet girlfriend Nora, your fake internet girlfriend Issa, and she reacted by using her secret network of Telegram friends to arrest Nora.
It's not hypothetical, of course. Nora, everything else right now.
I'm getting the feeling that lawyers have to deal with mental health people all the time.
We can only piece together what we actually know, right? Like it's like 9/11. We know that an Israeli chat message had information about the attacks before they occurred, but we don't.
What was that app that they distributed the warning signal on? Bebo?
Exactly.
This is what we know. We know that she's been talking to you a whole lot of nonsense. We know that she has a criminal record. We know that she comes from a family of criminals. We know that she claims to have been raped, and then she had a mental breakdown in an elevator. That's what we know.
Trust it.
Like an overnight bag.
You know, what was in the overnight bag?
I'll see if.
Gaslighting, I tell you. Wait, what is it? I've never heard of that claim, that the rape claims. I've never heard that. She put it on her own social media. She made the claim.
she said she was raped by like her cousin or something.
That she was raped, and then the family put like
Diego feels lied to because
I've never heard that.
he would never be with such a sullied woman.
Yes, it would. I've never heard
Oh,
that
it's very
story.
safe. It's very dangerous.
Well, not
let's go. It's in the same, like,
What I'm saying is,
with Issa. It's in the same
It's very dangerous on road.
All Isa and all
Let's go with Issa.
Guatemalan from Spain.
Diego, one last question before I go. If these Palestinian, I'm jerks from Australia, baited, like it wasn't really their fault that they threatened to kill people, they were baited.
are we talking about Miami? What are we talking about?
Australia.
Australia.
Yeah, the one that saw an Israeli instigator, and they're like, you have such pretty eyes, but you're gonna die soon. And if I really thought to, we kill you. And then their excuse was we were baited, like he was this reason behind it.
Yeah. I didn't hear this one. Can someone post a link?
No, I'm not gonna look for it.
I legitimately didn't hear this one, but
Is you're out with your friends having a good time, someone passes over an anti-Semitic hallucinogen, you just can't help yourself.
dude, this Miami thing, man. How many times has something like that occurred and we don't even know about it?
Well, definitely not Florida. Florida reports everything that happens in Florida.
Millions. I think it happened. I think it happened every day. I don't know about it. I think a lot happened. You don't know that actually.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
Right.
Well, you're a praxeologist. What does the theory of action tell you?
I'm open to the idea that Trump placing troops in Gaza is a way of stopping Bibi rather than helping him.
Yes, that's exactly it. I want all the world powers to try to stop BB by removing the enemies from his doorstep. That'd be a great idea.
Nice.
Yeah, way to go, praxeologist. You're just speeding up the genocide.
I'm open to the concept.
Yeah. Economists usually are.
That Trump is just playing a long game and
Me too. I'm up to the concept too.
he's keeping his friends close,
No,
but his enemies closer.
I agree. Protect the Palestinians. Get them out of here. It's very dangerous.
Diego, if I have an infinite supply of Jew hate and I have a finite amount of demand, and we were to increase the numerator and decrease the denominator, what would be the outcome of X? Oh, wait, you didn't take macroeconomics. Let's discuss microeconomics.
Oh, let me get this. Wait, I was gonna talk. What were we gonna talk about, Zach? I said you sent me a message, and it was disturbing. Hold on, I gotta go see our chat.
Yeah.
Yeah, what the hell were you talking about? You said we were gonna discuss my upbringing.
Yeah, Diego.
Hold on, you sent me 2 million terrorists in Gaza released hostage, tells family. Oh, children 8 and 4 were cursing the Jews. Oh, you said that the children of Israel don't curse the Palestinians. Yes, that's correct. Okay, let me ask you a question. What did your family tell you is the history of your peoples?
What?
What? I don't understand where you're
That's a very open-ended question.
Yeah.
like, what did they say? Like, how did they end up wherever they, how did they end up in Maine?
Next, start with Abraham.
They did. Starting from with us. We're in DC.
For DC.
Just start at Ellis Island, Zach. This fucking guy is clearly the descendant of an illegal.
No, start with Abraham.
Well, let's listen, Diego. This is a big, open-ended question. Pretty much every person is going to have a different answer about what their parents taught them about their family history. Where do you expect to go with this line of questioning?
I suspect, Zach was told that he was the victim of other people's,
Okay.
hatred.
Okay, so your theory is that Zach and I think by extension Jews were told that they were victims in history?
I suspect highly.
Okay.
Not unlike black people in America are often told that they
actual curriculum that Jewish children are indoctrinated with.
How did black people get to America? How did black people get to America?
Often on slave ships.
Many different ways, but yes, often on slave ships. But that doesn't mean that they're the victims now of the people.
Diego.
That's true.
You're theorizing how Jewish parents raise their children.
Yeah, because I want to know if Zach thinks he's a victim. That's where I'm going with all.
Okay, but since that's a conclusion, it'd be better to ask him since he's going to be a better expert on how his parents raised him and what kinds of impressions they were giving. Your best bet is to defer to his expertise and ask him if he thinks his parents raised him with any sense of victimhood.
Yes, Zach, do you think your parents raised you with a sense of victimhood? No. Okay.
No, settled.
Do you think that Israeli children are raised with a sense of victimhood?
I'd like to interrupt
The old God.
Right, Diego? Zach is absolutely an expert on how his parents raised him. He has not proven to anyone that he has even a passing familiarity with the way Israeli children are raised, which is why this is a baseless question where Zach would not be expected to provide any meaningful response. Please continue.
This is based on claims. This is the question that Zach posed to me was, quote, do you think small children in Israel curse the Arabs? They don't. That's his claim. Yeah, it's based on the Israeli people that I know. Okay, so let's talk about the Israeli people that you know.
His investigations of Israeli people, he doesn't see them cursing the Arabs. And he apparently, I think, also implies that he does see Arabs cursing the Jews. Now, you're trying to cite you started by citing his personal background. That failed because he said there was no victimhood then. You're now trying to use his expertise on Israelis to see if they have victimhood to, again, it seems, explain his evidence, his testimony that Jews don't seem to curse the Arabs.
Is this your first time speaking with Diego?
Diego and Zach.
Let's reason this out. How could one explain the response to October 7th without the victimhood thing? How could one say, wait, this is a question for Zach?
That's simple.
I thought it was Diego and Zach.
With one simple answer, and that would be hostages.
No, praxeology.
When there's something that we want, and which is why they did it. They wanted a military attack to disrupt Gaza.
When Ronald Reagan became president, there were hostages in Iran. Did we nuke Iran? That's not really a fair comparison. Aha. Okay. Please elaborate. Well, I mean, were the hostages... Did Iranians go into America and take hostages and fly them back to Iran? Well, basically, they went into an embassy, which is American territory. Yeah, that's fucked up. Well, what is the comparison that you're drawing? Because we didn't bomb Iran? Our response was not to drop more bombs that were dropped on all of Hiroshima and Nagasaki.
But the whole point is you morally can justify doing that. That's the whole point.
We're not to the moral part yet.
It's historically wrong. What happened was Carter, like the loser that he is, didn't threaten violence, and they kept that. Reagan said, as soon as I get into office, I will bomb you back and donate where you belong. So you have to be wrong, Diego. I never know.
Threat of violence is one of the most effective tools.
Diego, do you think the Palestinians want peace?
He doesn't. He's a troll.
I think they want peace, but I think the question has to include: do you think that they believe peace is possible with the Jews next door? Do you think they believe peace is possible? So I don't think they do think it's possible. Exactly. They know it's possible. Okay. Should I just not even bother?
No. Yeah, I guess.
I mean, I'm happy to stay on mute and just do the dishes and pack a bowl. Well, he sent me a message on Instagram and said, we're going to discuss your upbringing, which sounded like a threat. That's the conversation I wanted to have.
Okay, well, here we go. Are you familiar with the quote, "When you stare into the abyss stares into you"?
Yes. Jordan
Are you
Peterson.
familiar with the psychological...
Nietzsche. It's Nietzsche.
I know it's
Wonderful. I'm glad everyone knows who said that quote. Diego, are you familiar with the psychological concept of a projection?
Of course.
Okay, so that could be where a person, because of their own internal psychological state, sees that same state on others, right?
Yes, that's it. Of course.
Okay, so when
Yeah, like calling people Nazis when you're the Nazi.
okay, so when you accuse Zach of being raised as a victim, and then he immediately identifies that he doesn't see that assessment and sees that as not relevant in his considerations, what do you conclude based on that?
I believe Zach, personally, but I think Zach knows that most Israeli children are raised to be victims, to have a victim mentality. I feel like I'm scared of Zionism all the time.
Are you projecting your own children's upbringing?
Everybody knows the phrase.
You are projecting your own children's upbringing.
Never again. We know that. We know that phrase. Never again.
You're raising your children as neo-Nazis who have been impacted.
Hello, everyone. Hello, I wanted to say two quick things. One, Diego, never again is the opposite of a victim, and I think that what we are raised is not to be victims. Actually, it's to be self-sufficient. It's to fight. I think in your mentality, you see us as victims because you victimize us, not because we imagine being victims. Because, you know, your guys are killing us. Now, regarding what you said before about this comparison, I understand the word hostage might be confusing, but try, and I would love to hear it from you, to see if you see the nuances between the American hostages that were held in Iran and the Israeli hostages. Can you, for example, compare, many things from their treatment to the way that they communicate with their families to their medical situation?
Yeah, so we don't have any.
Hold on. I want you to try, and I want to see if you're honest. Try to draw a comparison and see where the differences are. And I'm sure that you'll be able to figure out why your comparison is nonsense. But try. I'm sure that you can.
I agree. There's no comparison because with the we didn't have. Yeah, we have pictures, for example, of a grandmother.
Sweetly. Try to draw the comparison. I will help you out, okay? For example, your hostages, your family don't even know if they're dead or alive, okay? They haven't seen sunlight for 15 months, okay? They are being starved. I'm sure that if you try and you have an ounce of morality and humanity, you'll be able to understand that you're talking nonsense. But I would really love to hear it from you, because if I say to you, you're trying to be the offensive or to just kind of defend your position. But I'm sure that if you're honest and you sound intelligent, so I'm sure that you have the capabilities to draw the conclusion yourself why it's not even the same. But try, please.
I agree, it's not the same. When the hostages in Iran were released, they didn't hug the hostage takers like they did when they were released by the Palestinians. I agree.
All right, so you think that the hostages that were taken, did you listen to what they said when a gun was not pointed to their head? So you say that a person that was snatched from his home, his family was murdered, there's a gun to his head, and they say, okay, going to be released today, and do you love how we treated you? So what do you think that they would say? I would try to, I still that you have a shred of humanity. Imagine your mother, okay, in this situation. She was grabbed by a militia, which is barbaric. They slaughtered her family and her friends. They kept her underground for 15 months, and then they say, okay, we might release you, because they also said it every other day. Tomorrow you'll be released. No, they were doing a lot of psychological torture. And then they said, okay, we take you. Did you enjoy our captivity? Or do you complaints. And your mother would say, actually, I have a few complaints that I would like. She would say, listen, you were the best. You were amazing. Get me the fuck out of here. The fact that people like you have, I don't even know how to describe, I don't know the word for it in English, that you would use the fact that they were even at that point, were smiling because they were released. You think that this is the word for you?
The word in English, Daniel, the word in English is gaslight. Are you familiar with that?
It's inhumanity. I'm not sure if he's lying to me or he actually believes what he says. Diego, actually believe what you say. This one, I want to hear it from you. I don't want to listen. We've been in this for 15 months. There's nothing I can say that will get through your thick head and the left heart. But hold on, let me finish. And I want you to try and do work on yourself. Do some introspection and do better. Do you actually believe that they were happy in those lunches? Honestly.
Have you guys never spoken with a praxeologist before?
Okay, I'm giving time for Diego to answer Daniel's question. But
being talked down to by an IDF soldier.
He's not talking down to you at all.
He's patronizing me.
No, he's very nice.
Diego, when Nora actually hurts somebody and kills somebody or knifes somebody, how are you gonna feel? What's your attachment gonna be? What's your personal responsibility?
I assumed it was one of your guys until proven otherwise. Just like in Miami.
All right, I've got another question.
At least he's being consistent with Christianity. I mean,
Yes, he said it's Mossad. It's everything is the Jews. If a Muslim ever does it, it's the Jews. It was you guys. It was the Jews.
Well, one second. That's kind of like said the question, Diego. Let's say that sure you assume that as much as you can, but then it turns out she's stabbing a Jewish kid with a Strimalon in front of you, right? And then you're like there. Slow down.
Then I disavow.
Diego, let us unpack the question. She's doing it. She's stabbing a kid at a bus stop, and you're there hanging out with her. And the question is, what is your moral responsibility at that point? You can't really deny it anymore. You really see you've been grooming a murderer. What do you do?
We have to disavow. I've been the first to say to the Palestinians when we're in the groups, in the chat groups together, I was like, you guys make it almost impossible to support your side.
And
There's no one on your side. I've always said that.
Yeah, but what's your personal responsibility when Nora actually knifes somebody and you've been grooming and dopamine feeding fake love to some fucking Arab terrorist on a social audio chat app? What's your legal responsibility?
I don't know. Please tell me.
As we have better records of people's communications, there was that girlfriend who got arrested for egging her boyfriend on to suicide by text.
Okay, my question is, if a Palestinian terrorist runs over an old woman at a bus stop while she's waiting for the bus, and the Palestinian terrorist runs her over with a car and kills her, is the woman
make a sound?
Does the woman make a sound? Is the woman pretending to be in question? I'm talking. I've been on mute for 20 minutes.
Sorry, Zed.
Okay, so we're gonna blame Diego. Let's blame Abby. I blame Abby more than Diego.
Zach, just spit it out. That's when you loud mic and you just talk over everyone.
Is the woman, if I kill you, am I victimizing you or are you victimizing yourself? If I kill you, are you a victim of murder or are you a whiny little bitch? Keep in mind, I killed you.
That's gold in my ears. Literal logic. She said, we can't forgive them for making them kill their children, for making us kill their children.
I agree with that.
So you victimize yourself.
I agree with that. I agree with that.
Wait a second. I'm not so emotional side.
Wait a second.
I'm not so emotional. Ultimately said that we love our kids more than they hate our kids. If these people hated the kids more than they love their kids, they'd have to be perfect. It's ahead of attack kids.
That is basically exactly what she said.
Is someone talking?
So much fun. I just want to wrap it up. The Jewish community in Australia.
It's a lovely, it's a beautiful accent, but I can't understand a word you're saying.
You sound like Trump.
It's so emotional.
You're in the Matrix, Achik.
No, I'm not. I get money from the Qataris.
I literally don't hear.
I don't know what he's saying.
Check. We don't know what you're saying.
Is someone talking?
It's emotional. Go get your paycheck.
I'm sorry. I can't.
Did you say check or paycheck?
I'll see you next Tuesday.
Alhamdulillah, I'll see you next Tuesday.
I didn't hear that. Okay, I continue.
So where does that leave us, Simon?
Well, I wanted to say something to you.
Supporting terrorists.
Did
Yes.
he just say the C word and that was clear.
C word. It leaves us
Yeah.
where Diego is supporting terrorists.
It leaves us now where we've always been, where Diego has failed to actually increase his intelligence or really remember anything of any significance. He's still the nice, pleasant, stupid guy.
This is what you guys literally you say something and it's going to be the Lord. He supports terrorists.
You have a scarlet letter.
Diego, I'm sorry. You're sanctioning terrorists.
What do you mean? I'm against violence.
You are sending clubhouse rockets. You launched a rocket into New York City, Diego.
You're against the concept. You're against the concept. Sorry, go ahead.
No, so like if someone is being like they killed their family, they took him, they put him 15 months under like underground, but he smiled like when they handed him over to the Red Cross. So I guess it's all fine, no Diego. I mean, so like you actually that was the point that you said. Do you wish your mother and your sister to have the same fun experience? You know, they ended up laughing, like enjoying, they were smiling. Do you wish that on your family?
No. But I also have a
They were
video.
smiling. But Diego, they were smiling. Dude, obviously, they had fun. I mean, this is what you had to say when we were talking about those poor hostages, that they were smiling when they left. You wouldn't want your mother to smile.
I see where you're going with that. It's very intelligent. You made your point.
Every person slowly that what they did is a bad thing, Diego. No justification for it.
You guys do bad things and you have no justification for it either.
Try to stay.
Can we agree with that? Or is this the most popularity in the world?
Nobody is saying
Yes, we are.
as a country is the most perfect fucking like country on the planet. Nobody is saying that. Just as
not perfect.
But it's the closest thing to an Iran movement. Right. That you can do it.
I wouldn't say it's the closest thing either, but I'm just saying
No,
the
I mean, is there
principles that
one
guide
better than
the
Israel?
country, America.
Wow. Okay.
And the principles that guide these countries far outweigh. Like the thing is, Diego, like you're an anarchist, okay? And the fact that you don't care about civilization is exactly why you would be opposed to one. There's no rational justification to be on the side of